We will be positive.
A little bit of her softness. And she's got
Her strength.
a little bit of my strength.
Yeah.
Is anyone else staring at the internet like, why are people suddenly acting like Ariana Grande needs to be rescued from Cynthia Erivo? Because the comment sections right now are wild. Tiny clips go viral, someone edits dramatic music over it, and then out of nowhere, Cynthia is controlling, starts trending like it's a proven fact. And the funny part, this whole wave didn't even begin with Ariana. It started with her brother, Frankie Grande, cheering them on like they were the most iconic duo Broadway has ever birthed. During their Oscars-defying Gravity performance, Frankie was literally tearing up on Instagram, calling it the gay Super Bowl. He adores their bond. He never stops posting about how proud he is. So clearly, the people who know Ariana best are not worried at all. Yet the internet? Some people are ready to call Cynthia the Wicked Witch of emotional control off of a single TikTok edit. So here's the fast catch-up because people online are acting like detectives over this. Ariana and Cynthia are basically attached at the hip. Every interview, every red carpet, if one turns left, the other is right there with her.
A beautiful sistership that continues to grow and grow even through this press tour. Something's bothering her. She's gonna fix something. I know. She's getting the fixing itch.
They're sharing emotional quotes, poems, aura colors, all these deep friendship moments that fans keep editing into romantic movie trailers.
If you had to describe each other's aura, what color would it be?
That's a nice question. An aura.
Yellow.
For me?
Sunshine. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And like also, I think there's also purple.
that was very good.
And yes, Cynthia always steps in first. If Ariana looks even slightly uncomfortable, Cynthia is already leaning forward, ready to handle it before anyone else notices. Ariana also seems more quiet when Cynthia is beside her. She lets Cynthia take the lead a lot of the time, and it almost feels like she feels safer when they are closer together. So sure, people are calling that unusual, but none of it automatically turns their friendship into a crisis, and suddenly the internet has transformed a supportive bond into an entire psychological thriller. Here's the thing though, when two women are extremely close, why does the internet jump straight into diagnostic mode? Why can't people just accept that some friendships are deep, emotional, and incredibly supportive without turning it into a red flag checklist? Fans are romanticizing every moment between them and then immediately twisting it into the worst case theories. It's like the audience loves a powerful Hollywood bond right up until they can't control it.
This film is beautiful because get over her! Get over her! I love water.
And let's remember something important here. Ariana and Cynthia are celebrating the biggest milestone of their careers. Wicked is not just another movie. These films have broken records as the most successful Broadway to film adaptation ever. Both Part 1 and Part 2 earned hundreds of millions worldwide, and critics praised the performances, even if some debated whether Part 2 lived up to the first. That level of success brings pressure, but also a lot of joy. So if they look attached to each other right now, maybe that's because they're proud of themselves. Maybe they're just happy that their dream actually worked. And about Cynthia, people love acting like she came out of nowhere. She has a Tony, a Grammy, and an Emmy, all from her breathtaking performance in The Color Purple. She co-produced a Tony-nominated play, Fat Ham, and even hosted the 2025 Tony Awards. She has been respected in Broadway circles for years. Funny enough, nobody was calling her controlling back then. Nobody was tearing her down for being emotionally expressive. It wasn't a problem until she became close to Ariana Grande. And let's be honest here, a lot of this outrage isn't really about protecting Ariana. It feels more like the internet projecting its own unresolved stuff onto a friendship they don't understand. Because if you've ever had someone step in for you when you're overwhelmed, or if your version of closeness has always come with strings, then seeing someone else being supported that naturally might feel suspicious. People start calling comfort control because they don't know what healthy protection looks like. And we can't ignore the uncomfortable truth sitting right in front of us. The moment a Black woman shows leadership or assertiveness, the tone immediately changes online. Words like possessive and intimidating start flying around, while those same qualities look like ride or die loyalty when the person doing them is white. That double standard hasn't just appeared. It's been there, quietly shaping reactions the whole time. And before anyone turns a split-second interaction into hard evidence of control, there is something important to keep in mind. Ariana has openly struggled with anxiety in high-pressure environments for years. Cameras flashing, microphones shoved in her face, a crowd watching her every move, that can turn overwhelming in seconds. So if Cynthia steps in quickly, it might not be dominance. It might be instinct. Someone who knows when you are uncomfortable without you having to say a word, that is not a red flag. That is a real friend. And that brings us to the part that people are obsessing over the most: dependence. Some fans swear Ariana can't go anywhere without Cynthia now. They act like the two of them walking side by side is proof of something dangerous. But let's think about that for a second. If you were in the most important press cycle of your entire career, if the world was watching every move you made, and if the person you felt safest with is right there next to you, why wouldn't you lean on that support? And a lot of this narrative even started when both Ariana and Cynthia skipped parts of the press run, not because of drama, but because Cynthia literally lost her voice. Ariana backed out in solidarity because she didn't want to sit through interviews while her co-star was home trying to recover. That is loyalty, not manipulation.
After Cynthia Erivo lost her voice and announced that she won't be doing any interviews for the Wicked for Good premiere, Ariana Grande announced that in solidarity, she won't be taking any interviews either.
And speaking of cancellations, there are already reports that Ariana is considering canceling her 2026 Eternal Sunshine Tour altogether. According to the speculation, she is exhausted, dealing with a ton of criticism, and now just tested positive for COVID. Health comes first, but the internet always finds a storyline hiding underneath. Which brings us to the comment section. Oh, how convenient. What Cynthia wants is for no one to start questioning her for her weird behavior with Ariana. How much power does that woman have over Ariana? Drop the obsession with her for God's sake. There it is. The conspiracy theory mindset. Everything becomes a plot. Cynthia is suddenly the mastermind pulling strings. But scroll a little further and you see the complete opposite. In solidarity is funny. She's just not trying to do these interviews without her bestie. I respect it. Because some people understand the simplest explanation. Ariana doesn't want to do this without Cynthia because Cynthia makes her feel grounded. One side sees control and the other sees comfort. And the truth probably lives much closer to the second one. But of course, the internet can't let anything just be supportive. Some people have now decided that this closeness must come from a place of pain, as if two women can't rely on each other unless something is broken. Fans throw around the word trauma bond like it's a punchline.
I'm convinced these two have trauma bonded, and it's not just all of the interviews where they just break out crying and they're constantly trying to comfort each other, as well as their matching tattoos. You just have to think about being in the movie industry, and I think this movie took over a year to record because of they did part 1 and part 2. And so you have to think about all of the long hours, all of the sacrifices.
It's gotten to the point where any sign of genuine care is treated like a psychological case study. And the wild part is, none of us actually know what Ariana is dealing with behind the scenes. We don't know what pressure she's carrying, what fears she's managing, or what helps her stay steady. So before everyone diagnoses a dangerous dependency, maybe take a breath. Not every strong bond is built on trauma. Sometimes it's built on trust. Sometimes it's built on feeling understood in a world that expects you to hold it together 24/7. And if that makes people uncomfortable, that discomfort doesn't belong to Ariana or Cynthia. It belongs to the audience trying to force a darker explanation where there isn't one. So now I want to know what you think. If you see this differently, say it. Drop your take in the comments because this conversation is far from over. Because until someone close to them actually steps in with the truth, we're left with one question that refuses to go away. Is Cynthia controlling Ariana, or are fans controlling the narrative?